response the Cobras were after with that inside 50 kick. It's a good one at that.
Wonderful finish there by Melton by Carter. Was it Tony Drop? Sorry, Tony Drop. Your favourite player.
Ebb and flow. Gertz looking for Shea. Knew it. Through ball on the boot. Good use of the body there by Guthrie. Got out in the back and ran away from Milburn. Can he get it done this time, Guthrie? Yes, he can. An immediate response from the Lions through Guthrie. Thought it was a nudge by Muir on Gertz. The umpire called play on. Doyle ended up with it. Gave it to Gillard. Back to Muir. To the running Mitch Connell, who took him out. Ran to 55. Composed himself and sent the ball to an open goal square. Sublime finish. Well done, Harry. Vincent Connell. Take a bow.
Yep, righto. No, nothing. Yeah, no, nothing. Nothing at all. Might be the other one. Might be number 2, is it? Yeah, I can't hear anything. No, still nothing. No. You want me to try the other ones? Guys, a very good afternoon and welcome to a sun-kissed Macpherson Park ahead of this round 15 BFNL's match of the round in the East. It's 4th place North Ballarat hosting 6th place Melton. Well, vice versa, to be honest. Melton at home to North Ballarat. 6v4. Yeah, the ground's in good nick, firm deck. Just saw the reserves and the ball, was bouncing hard on the deck. So expect to get a bit of run and carry if you can, especially get out the back. No late changes into the side for either team, but it's good to see Geordie Kite and Adrian Manito taking their place in the Bloods lineup this afternoon because they've got a tough run home, Melton. They're no good things to make it. And, of course, they got the Devils again next week. Well, they won 5 of the last 6 against the Devils, securing the points today. Getting one of at least the next 2 will certainly help their chances. They'll definitely have an eye as to what's going on down there in Ballarat this afternoon with Redan hosting Bacchus Marsh and Sebastopol hosting Sunbury and to a lesser degree East Point and Ballarat. And, of course, the Devils taking on the Lakers. So just the one game in the East this afternoon. North Ballarat too good in the reserves. They got it done by 89 points. Both sides, as you can see on the vision. Out on the ground ahead of BFNL's match of the round, 6th, hosting 4th. It's good to see the new facility here at Macpherson Park. They've got some cover and some seats in what has otherwise been a pretty much non-event for spectators down below who've had to brave the elements over previous years. But some cover and some seating for those that have made the trip to Macpherson Park this afternoon. Beautiful sunny skies overhead. Really looking forward to the clash. We're not far off a start. As you can see, both sides on the ground. The umpires warming up. And let's hope that the anticipation lives up to the billing this afternoon as Melton 6th, host North Ballarat 4th. And we had a nail-biter last year where North Ballarat just came up short. But tonight, albeit on the road, they'll go in favourites in an all-important game for both clubs, really. North Ballarat in the mix for a top 3 position. And we'll need to consolidate that with the Devils coming in a big win over the Lakers expected this afternoon on the back of the return of Brett Bewley and Billy Myers. Breaking back with the opening ball up of round 15, BFNL's match of the round in the East.
Billy Griffiths, fitted by Andy, took the right option. It was the first one to Gertz to an open forward line. Freeman, oh, excellent grab. One-on-one against Eels. It's normally a beautiful kick of the footy. He makes no mistake, Freeman. Now that's the response the Cobras were after with that inside 50 kick. It's a good one at that.
Wonderful finish there by Nelson, by Carter. Was it your favourite player?
Evan Flo. Gertz looking for Shea. Knew it. Through ball on the boot. Good use of the body there by Guthrie. Got out in the back and ran away from Milburn. Can he get it done this time, Guthrie? Yes, he can. An immediate response from the Lions through Guthrie. Thought it was a nudge by Muir on Gertz. The umpire called play on. Doyle ended up with it. Gave it to Gillard. Back to Muir. To the running Mitch Connell, who took him out. Ran to 55. Composed himself and sent the ball to an open goal square. Sublime finish. Well done, Harry Vincent Connell. Take a bow.
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to Macpherson Park as the siren sounds to get play underway. It's sixth hosting fourth, an all-important game in the context of where they're at the ladder. Melton trying to secure a top six finish with 4 games to go. North Ballarat endeavouring to consolidate a position in the top 3. No real breeze to speak of. And North Ballarat will kick to the right of screen to kickstart play in the opening term. Ball up, chance there for Morris. North Ballarat to the left of screen, excuse me. Penny will get the first touch. Soccer off the ground there from Bromley Lynch towards half forward. Gather was clean there from Batty, but it was well intercepted there by McGuigan, who's an important player in this side. Another organic player that's had a bit to do with the improvement. Carey went forward in the direction of Quinlan, trying to protect the ball, but the Bloods have numbers and they so often link up well behind the footy. Hickey under pressure. Manito back into the side today after a lengthy layoff with injury. His first kick was turned over. It'll come back in as quickly as it came out, and Morris got on the end of it just inside the forward 50 for the Roosters. 49 metres out. Difficult kick for most. A tough kick for a few. A possibility for the very special, and this man, he's got a wonderful kick on him, Morris, so he's in the top echelon of chances. We'll see how he goes. Gets plenty on the kick, but it's right and always right, and through for the first score of the afternoon. And again, they're off to a slow start in the timekeeper's box here at Macpherson Park. They never let you down. Opening minute, first quarter, kick in was good from the Bloods to Faruja, defensive side of centre wing, broadcast side. He played on and just tipped it towards half forward. The kick was good and found Erickson, who presented. Went by hand to Liam Carter, who'll keep Darabin honest today. Scoble ran onto it, up against the boundary line to a dangerous area. Excellent spoil there by Sullivan. But they had numbers, the Roosters, through Stone. Sent the ball out wide towards Lewis, who can just chip it over the top to Carey, who's missed a bit of footy this year, like many of his teammates, in fairness. And he has an opportunity to weigh up the options, and the kick is short. So the left boot of Penny gets towards half forward. Swarm of players around the footy, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. So the opening score of the game, through Josh Morris with a behind, is the only separation on the scoreboard in the opening couple of minutes. Decent crowd in attendance too this afternoon, given North Ballarat's long trip down the highway. Sullivan's held up there by Penny, and we'll get a ball up just inside. In fact, it managed to find its way over the line for a throw-in on half forward out of side for North Ballarat. We'll keep you updated with scores as they come to hand from around the BFNL this afternoon. Tap one there by Stewart to Penny. Gets his second kick of the afternoon. Dribbling one at that towards half forward. Minito. Quick hands to Sullivan. High up and under kick. Outfield catch. Who wants it? Well, ball bounced on its head and checked sideways and favoured Darabin in the end, but he's hunted and gathered by Borg. He'll get it back. It's spilled away from him. Quick hands Palmer to Glover. Sidestep there from Bowman, a comfortable player at the level now. And his right foot kick will result in a turnover, and Minito got on the end of it. And what an important player he is for the Bloods moving forward. There's quite a bit of footy with a shin, and he gets the ball towards half forward. Bouncing ball, Potter, pressure there by Scoble. Drag taken on the ground by Davis. Bloods wanting a free kick denied by the umpire. Swarm of players around the footy. Erickson got it to the outside, searching for Borg. It was stolen by Collins, who got it to the racehorse in Palmer. He's back into the side today, and the kick fouled Lockett on centre wing. Just under the digital scoreboard, as you can see. No movement in the timekeeping at the moment. Kick towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Minito was a clean gather. And pass was under pressure, meant for Cotter. And he coughed it up in the end, given the new rule in AFL footy. Still a so free kick. The right foot kick from Carey. Into attack. Loose ball. North Ballarat got numbers. They went to raffle it, but neither of them went for the footy in the end. allow Hickey to swoop. He went by hand to Batty, and his kick was smothered. They do the defensive things so well, North Ballarat. Number 1 ranked defence in the competition. On points against, of course. Average points conceded per game. Let's not forget Melton are the number 1 ranked side in the competition for first quarters. So they'll be looking to take advantage of that. Troy Scale will be well aware of the numbers. But at the moment, they've just had the ball in their front half for a couple of minutes. North Ballarat with weight of possession in their front half in the early minutes. Ball up. Stewart, Penny, just got ball to boot. Just got to the goal line. It was cut off there by Riley Walker. So he'll weigh up the options. So no real breeze to speak of. He'll back his run and carry Walker. And he'll come with the right boot to broadcast side. And quick. Well, he just took it a little bit too easy, but he had time to regather and pump the ball high. Ground ball opportunity. The big ruckman there for the Bloods there in Stewart. Just managed to knock it out towards Cotter, who found Jack Walker, who found Minito. He had his first run and carry bounce of the afternoon. Fed it by hand to Batty. Over the top to Phillips, who's under the pump. The Roosters' frontal pressure's terrific, and the Bloods will cough it up here for an over-the-shoulder. It was the right call from the umpire. And it'll be Lewis with ball in hand for the Roosters to send them back into attack. Goes for the squaring kick, didn't get enough on it. It was cut off by Burquest, who just goes with the left boot to Riley Walker. He keeps the ball low, searching for Liam Carter. Was well cut off there momentarily. There by York, loose ball. Up against the boundary line. Carter dribbling one at that. Well, he kept it in. Chance for Faulkner, and he went by hand to was Penny, in fact. Got it back to Faulkner towards half forward. And what a defensive start from both sides as they try to negotiate a swirly breeze out there this afternoon at Macpherson Park. North Ballarat 1 behind, lead Melton no score. And the 1986 reunion for the Bloods here this afternoon, so good to see some old faces. I think he was tackled well from behind, but ball kept his feet. Skillful player, went by hand to Burquest, to Liam Carter, to Erickson. Did he get enough weight on the kick? Davis went back. He'll want to get onto his left, and he had a shot on goal. And just missed off to the right. Scores level here at Mackie Park. Goals that'll come at a premium, we think, this afternoon, despite the perfect conditions, given the honesty of both back halves or defences. Big Minito again. He's had more of it than anyone early. Sent it forward. Turnover opportunity. Well, York gathered the spilt mark there from Purchase. And the left foot kick there from Glover came broadcast side. But Liam Carter gathered. And a nervous start from the Bloods. They're typically going below 50%. With the weighted kick on the back of Cotter, right foot kick into the pocket, and the mark's being taken there by Arts. Just got a little echo with the headphones at the moment. Apologies for that as we endeavour to overcome our technical difficulties. So that'll be Arts from about 35 metres out from goal. Chance to kick the first major of the afternoon. He's done enough. The Roosters like it. They get around him. And the first goal of the afternoon to Sam Arts. And it breaks. Well, it says 3 minutes on the clock here, but it's probably closer to 8. And Arts gets his first for the visitors on the back of some turnover from the Bloods entries. And that was always going to amount to something in the end. And that is the first goal to the visitors. 1-1-7 North Ballarat lead Melton, one behind. Arts on the board. So too North Ballarat. Clint Proctor too would be well aware of the starting ability of Melton throughout the season. Ball up. Loose ball. Penny protected the ball well and fed it by hand to Morris, who went to half forward. Minito's gather was clean. Was good pressure. And the gather was good there from Borg. He got on the end of it. And with the right boot, he brought it broadcast side. The mark's been taken there by Thornycroft, who looks to square the footy. Kick was safe. Chance for Jack Walker. Lowered the eyes towards Liam Carter. Closing speed was good there from Quick to get an important fist on it. The safety of the boundary line, and we'll get a throw in on half forward broadcast sign for the Bloods. Boundary throw in, it'll be Stewart and Collins. Lachlan Walker out of the congestion, somehow got boot to ball. Oh, that was a hot decision. I'm not sure there was a great deal of prior on Ericsson, but Glover will be the beneficiary. And an opportunity to rebound for North Ballarat, who are seemingly bereft of option momentarily. So he had to go short. Penny dropped it. Forced to concede by hand to Glover, who came broadcast side, looking there towards Palmer, but he was dumped as he kicked Glover. And Lockett will take the kick down the ground. But the right foot kick not to the advantage of McGuigan. Favoured Cotter, who's on the board. He took over a dozen marks the last time I was here, calling the Bloods. And he'll get it back here, and he's run and carry. So how's the delivery? He looks to square the ball out in the Braden Kite direction. It went over his head. Liam Carter did the mopping up. Tried to find Kite to the outside, but the Bloods have got numbers. Chance for Green Shields. A hot footy. Darabin, he's held up. Now he's in trouble. And this time, this one was held to him. Same umpire, different result. Work that out. 6-point lead to North Ballarat. Ball up. Finally set up there for Glover with his composure, and he conceded by hand to Morris. He loves to distribute more often efficiently by foot, but I think they did well to work it out. In the end, North Ballarat to get a hand on that before it went over the line. Look at a boundary throw in. Albeit shallow entry inside 50 for the Bloods, who trail by 6 points. Early stages in this opening term of BFNL's match of the round of the East. Stewart had front spot, just knocked it boundary side. And the Roosters have got numbers through Faulkner, who just tumbled the ball onto the left boot. Manito just outpointed Quick on that occasion. Could be a thumping kick on his day, Manito. And he goes for distance to the goal square. 3-on-1 in favour of the Roosters. Numbers prevail. It'll be Glover. He just lowered the eyes and drilled Palmer. Didn't have to do a lot of work to get on the end of that. That too's a terrific kick up towards McGuigan, who marked just inside the boundary line on half back for the Roosters. We lead by 6 points. So McGuigan. Beyond broadcast centre wing, they'll get a block here and they'll go to Lockett. All he had to do was ask the umpire, and he was afforded that free kick. Although I did see that contact off the ball. Ball was a little bit too far away from the contact on Lockett, and as a result of this free kick. So 28 goals for Lockett in his 14 games this year. He goes short to Bromley Lynch. Crowded Roosters forward line, so he just goes for territory, and he threaded the needle and found Cotter laces out, so it's a turnover. Short kick to Jack Walker. He went to go out of side centre wing, but there was nobody there, so no width for the Bloods. So Davis endeavours to go through the corridor now. Came back broadcast side. The vision was terrific. It was a beautifully weighted kick to find Sullivan. He played on. He went by hand to Burquest. Tumbling kick. It's a poor one at that. Another turnover entry for the Bloods. Glover said, well, I'll have it, and then switch play to Purchase. They continue the pattern of play to the on the side of the ground. Just bereft of option momentarily, told to play on in the end. And the left foot kick went to out of centre wing. Umpire called play on. Quinlan had a bit of it. Manito, so too he. Fed the ball by hand to Jack Walker. Tumbling kick towards the attacking 50. An outnumber again in favour of North Ballarat. And Glover's brought his own footy in the last 5 minutes. He found York. He's got an overlap here. He just needs to chip it over the top, and he'll find Bromley Lynch on the firm deck here at Macpherson Park. So nothing forthcoming in front of the footy. So he goes laterally with a switch move to Faulkner. Kick was okay to Carey. Over the top to Lamb. Got a terrible bounce. Turnover opportunity. Scoble found Davis. He'll go back and have a pot shot here. Told to, well, play on by his teammate. And the kick was good. So too the messaging. And Sullivan will go back and have a shot on goal here. 10 metres out. A chance to square the ledger here at Macpherson Park. So Sullivan, he's in the top 50 goal kickers this year. He has 15 to his name. Make that 16. Blood's on the board at Macpherson Park midway through this first term. So some good vision from Davis. And a nice little score involvement there for Chase Scoble, who took the most advantage of a lucky mounts and was able to be instrumental in finding Davis, who with further communication was made aware of Sullivan, who was all on his own, and he was able to find him. Scores now level. 1-1-7 apiece. Back at the restart here. BFNL's match of the round in the East. Ball up. Collins won the tap. He's a good athlete. Geordie Kite held up. And by Stone. Yeah, we get a ball up. Copy paste. Right in the middle of the ground. Midway through an entertaining start. Quite a number of turnovers. Hurried kick forward for the Bloods to half forward. Quick hand pass from Greenshields to Farrugia, who went back to Erickson. He just kicked it in the direction that he was approaching goal. Missed everything off to the right out of bounds on the full. So let off for the Roosters. So the trusty bird of Max Faulkner will bring the ball back into play. He'll get the Roosters out of trouble, albeit momentarily. Lockett had enough of it, deservedly paid the mark. Well, man in front, Darabin. He's got Glover to his outside. He'll just give it to him. Really misses the target. Well, that one would have either found Penny. The short kick was fine there from Lamb, who found Penny, who found Palmer, who found Lockett. So they're just trying to Chinese checker their way through this Bloods defence. He sends a long one, inside 50. Players set themselves. The back there was McGuigan. Quick hands to Quinlan, who went to the voice of York. Couldn't find him. And a hurry kick across the body there from Buttons, being cut off there by Arts, who has the Roosters' only goal of the game. So an opening term. Oh, the pressure's been okay. The execution by Foot, well, there's been a number of turnovers in this term. Both coaches would concede. So Arts from 49, gee, it's not a bad effort. It's bending back. And he's threaded it, Arts. That's a terrific finish. And the Bloods made to pay for turnover. Arts gets his second. North Ballarat are now 2-1-13. They lead the Bloods 1-1-7. Quick look around the grounds in other games in PFNL football this afternoon. As we load up, I'm just one out here this afternoon. Let's see how we go. We're taking on the boundary umpires. Darley 28, lead Lake Windermere 8. Ballarat 13, lead East Point 6. No scores out of the other grounds. Ball up. Tap one there by Thornycroft. He went to ground. Walker, speak of Lachlan under the pump. Hickey touch of the fumbles. Jack Walker got it back and just tumbled it onto the left boot towards half forward. Glover started well. Gathered cleanly on his non-preferred. Out in the direction of Carey. He just ran out of options, so he was happy to take the space and take it over the line for a boundary throw-in on near half forward, out of side for the Roosters, who lead by 6 points here. Approaching time on in this opening term. Low-scoring affair. Left foot high up and under kick there from Penny. Umpire will pay the mark from the side. Potter. Ground ball opportunity for Erickson. Hand pass meant for Scoble. Cut off there by Potter. Hurried kick forward. It's a nice grab taken there by Phillips, who came broadcast side. And it's set up well there for Sullivan, who set the ball into attack towards Kite. Oh, Braden nearly hung on. Here comes the support through Purchase. Can they work it out? The Roosters' defence. Well, the ball spits off the hands of Davis over the line for a boundary throw-in, 55 metres away from the Bloods' goal. Gee, you wouldn't get a better day at Macpherson Park for a game of footy. Weight of evidence over the years that would confirm that theory. Well, Lockett just pushed Thornycroft out of the way. He got it back in the end, though, the big fella, and tumbled the ball on the boot. Missed all and sundry out of bounds on the full. Short kick in from Glover was like a 2-metre putt. Made no mistake. So along the line, out in the direction there of Potter, out it thumped away from him by Jacob Hickey to the safety of the boundary line. We're going to throw in. Very even opening term. Throw in. Lockett and Stewart. Or Lockett tried to muscle it and grab it out of the ruck. Well, swing and a miss by foot there from Hickey. He was pinged for holding the ball. Short right foot kick there from Shea. Was cut off. Good ball there from Sullivan. Hickey back to Sullivan. How was the pick up? Well, he just let himself down with the handball released to Hickey. The ball found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in. Gee, the gather was more difficult than the handball give. You just got the degrees of difficulty, albeit in the execution front, around the wrong way. Honoured the call with the high degree of difficulty gather, and then just missed the target by hand. Hurry kick out of the congestion has missed everything out of bounds on the full, and not for the first time inside the Bloods 50 in this opening term. North Ballarat 2-1-13 on the back of those 2 goals to Sam Arts. Sullivan has the only goal for the Bloods. They hug the boundary line with the exit kick. Borg, well, someone had to get a fist on it. There were 3 fists flying at the footy. Borg might have got a little touch on that. Second effort, wanting a hold. And then he went low. The umpire didn't see that, which is fair enough. We'll get a ball up 55 metres away from the Melton goal here. Young Potter coming off for a spell. It's a little bit, looks a bit sore. Stewart, the free kick. Sends it to a dangerous area in the Farrugia direction. It went over his head. Ball checked sideways. And rolled through for a behind. Bloods second behind of the afternoon. Then 8. They trail North Ballarat 13. So that laconic style from Glover. A rare error. Turnover opportunity for Borg, who got it to Davis, to Farrugia, to Geordie Kite. Loves a goal across the body. Back in the side today. Does enough to give the Bloods the lead. Time on in this opening term, albeit by a solitary point. 2-2-14, Melton lead North Ballarat 2-1-13. Plenty at stake for both sides this afternoon. Melton endeavouring to entrench their place at the top 6. North Ballarat looking for a 12th win of the season to be part of the top 3 action come finals time. Stewart with the tap. Hickey. His tap only went as far as Shea. High up and under kick towards half forward. Hickey. Quick hands. Got it to Burquest. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Clean bowled everybody, but getting out the back there was Davis with a dribbling ball. Foot race on here. Purchase. Well, he was quite content to see it through for a behind at the end once he was aware that that kick was off target. 2-3-15 Melton. North Ballarat 2-1-13. If there's any breeze out there this afternoon, it is to the right of screen. So Morris goes short. Kick's okay. Bromley Lynch, who went short. Might have been Lamb, in fact. Those guys are quite similar. Yeah, it was Bromley Lynch. To Purchase. He went beyond the defensive 50. Gee, the breeze took it close towards the boundary line, but there was a nice mark taken in the end there by Glover. So he too's missed a bit of footing this year. Probably his 3rd or 4th game back after that internal bleed. He goes towards half-back. Measured the kick beautifully to Arts. Was the only multiple goal scorer on the ground in this low-scoring opening term at Macpherson Park. It's a lazy kick. Lamb got it on the gather, though. Got a favourable bounce. Loose hand pass there from Batty. It's going to come back. It's going to be a free kick to Borg. Outer side half forward for the Bloods. Kyle Borg with ball in hand. Just gets a nice territory gain towards Farrugia. An important fist on the footy. Morris will do the mopping up and then just rush it through for him behind. 3-point lead to the Bloods. Time on opening term. And the trusty boot of Josh Morris. Handy having the likes of Morris and Glover behind the footy with their exit kicks. And that one no exception to Arts. Right on the defensive 50. Up against the boundary line for North Ballarat to outer side. Phillips got a fist on it towards the boundary. Foot race on here. Bloods just knocked over the boundary line. Lawfully, said the umpire. And we'll get a throw in on true centre wing outer side. Ripper day here at Macpherson Park, honouring the 1986 Premiership reunion. As the siren sounds for a fairly dour opening term here under sunny skies here at Macpherson Park. It's the Bloods who've won another opening term, albeit narrowly, 2-4-16. They lead North Ballarat 2-1-13. The goal scorers for the leading hosts in Melton. Sullivan has 1, Geordie Kine has the other, whilst for North Ballarat, Sam Arts has 2. We'll go around the grounds for a look at scores in other BFNL football in round 15 action. Let's just hope they are updating the HQ obligation with those scores. Lake Windermere 21, Darley 28, East Point 18, Ballarat 25. No score out of City Oval and no score out of Marty Bush. So here at Macpherson Park, it's the Bloods who lead North Ballarat by 3 points. 2-4-16, Melton, North Ballarat 2-1-13. Low scoring affair. Some tidy up with some execution, especially by foot, is what we're looking for in the second term, and moving forward to honour the obligation or the anticipation of this being the match of the round in the East. It's Melton who lead North Ballarat by 3 points at quarter time. We'll be back with the second quarter action in 5 minutes' time. Billy Griffiths, fitted by Andy, took the right option. It was the first one to Gertz to an open forward line. Freeman, oh, excellent grab. 1-on-1 against Eels. It's normally a beautiful kick of the footy. He makes no mistake, Freeman.
Now that's the response the Cobras were after with that inside 50 kick. He's a good one at that.
Wonderful finish there by Melton, by Carter. Was it your favourite player?
Evan Flo. Gertz looking for Shea. Knew it. Through ball on the boot. Good use of the body there by Guthrie. Got out in the back and ran away from Milburn. Can he get it done this time, Guthrie? Yes, he can. An immediate response from the Lions through Guthrie. Thought it was a nudge by Muir on Gertz. The umpire called play on. Doyle ended up with it. Gave it to Gillard. Back to Muir. To the running Mixon Connell, who took him out. Ran to 55. Composed himself and sent the ball to an open goal square. Sublime finish. Well done, Harry Vincent Connell. Take a bow.
Not far off a start here to get second quarter action underway in BFNL's match of the round in the East. It's Melton who lead by 3 points. Tap one there by Collins. Melton kicking to the left of screen in the second term. Sullivan just tips it toward half forward. It was a good kick. Well, it went through the hands of Davis. Good run and pressure from Collins, but he infringed in the back. Free kick to Lachlan Walker. So an opportunity here for the Bloods early in the second term. So they waste no time going long towards Farrugia in front. It was a good spoil at the back there from Bromley Lynch. Ball caught one high, and he'll take the resultant free kick. So they look to square the ball to Burquest. Not sure how much better off they are. It was just a lateral 15-metre kick, really. So Burquest probably into a slight breeze. Chance to kick the first score of the second term here. Sunbury leads Sebastopol by 5 goals at quarter time. Egan back into the side today has 3. So Burquest gets plenty on the kick, but top of the goal square was all a bit easy for Morris. He'll get paid the mark and or free kick in the end. So now, if he elects to go long, then we'll find out if there is a little bit of a breeze. And he does the old barrel. There you go. It's gone the best part of 75 metres. And it bounced in the middle of the ground. So it's gone from the defensive goal square to the attacking 50. Work that out. Cotter outside of the right boot. Manito's gather was terrific, as if he hadn't missed any footy. Cotter was caught a bit slow there on that occasion, bit of a rarity for the composed Cotter. And we'll get a boundary thrown on half-forward broadcast side for North Ballarat. Gee, I was going to say get the measuring tape out for that Morris kick, but I think you'd need a couple of measuring tapes to get that done. It's gone from the goal square to the attacking 50. Stewart in front, won the tap. Burquest could have had gone to Hickey on the outside, but he tried to appeal to the umpire for a free kick. Was denied, rightfully so. And then Hickey was forced to apply the tackle on Collins. And we'll get a ball up right in front of us here. Melton lead by 3 points. Tick over 2 minutes gone second term. Collins with the spoil. Well, the tap. Hickey. Off the ground went Davis. Kicking in danger, said the umpire. So Collins plays on. Went to Palmer. Stewart, he hung on. He did well, the big fella, to deny the speedster a run and carry on his own terms. Can Carter keep it in? Well, he did the clever little soccer. He'll try and do that again. Oh, and it's set up beautifully for Farrugia. And go over to Lachlan Walker with a slow, high kick. Braden Kite! It's only a matter of time before he was going to have an impact. Terrific overhead grab there from Kite, who's booted 39 goals this year in his 13 games. So averaging 3 goals a game. Last year's Tony Lockett medalist with a shot on goal here to give Melton a handy 9-point lead here. 4th minute, second term. Threads it. He's done it so many times, Braden Kite. Talk of whatever breeze you like, but nothing seems to be too much for the Bloods captain. He gets it done, and the 9-point lead to the Bloods. Glowing on the digital scoreboard here at Macpherson Park. They're 3-4-22. They lead North Ballarat 2-1-13. So Braden Kite on the board. Geordie Kite has the other. So too Sullivan making up there 3 goals. Sam Arts has both goals for North Ballarat. So we've got a game on. Back at the restart. Tap one there by Collins to Lamb to Morris, who's gone into the middle. Onto the left boot. Went forward. Went over the head of Manito. Jack Walker doing the mopping up. Well, he was tackled quickly there by Arts. He did well not to hang on for too long, Arts. But Walker gathered again. Hickey with a rare fumble overhead. Manito with the sidestep. And the right foot kick into the breeze to outer side centre wing. Loose ball opportunity. Collins dispossessed there by Geordie Kite, who did enough. Round ball. Collins foraging both sides at ground level. We'll get a ball up here. In the middle of the ground. It's a hot footy. Just what you want. Sixth hosting fourth this afternoon. Tap one there by Stewart. Hurried kick forward out of the congestion. From the attacking 50 went Quinlan. Glover has gone forward, quick up against the boundary line. Somehow manufactured a left-hand hand pass over the left shoulder. I don't know how you can do that lawfully, Dan, as I look for some confirmation from the man behind the camera. But we've got a boundary throw-in nonetheless. North Ballarat in attack. Stewart won the tap. Clearing kick out of the congestion was good. And then off the hands of Faulkner over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Melton with the only goal of this second term, near 6 minutes in. They lead by 9 points. Throw in. Stewart won the tap. Lamb held up. And we'll get a ball up. So a lot of ball spent out of bounds on the full and in the form of stoppage this afternoon. So trying conditions on the back of the pressure. Hickey ran past the footy in the end. Chance for Darabin, quick hands to Collins. He couldn't hang on. So to Greenshields, who went by hand to Hickey, to Geordie Kite. Tries to squeeze the kick to Carter. It was good vision. The execution was up to it. He went to go to the outside a minute over, but elected to go by foot in the end. Bouncing ball. Favoured Thornycroft, who gave it a minute over. His kick smothered there by Morris, who ran away and sent the ball to a one-on-one at half forward. Going to ground there was McGuigan. Cotter did well. Was held up by the arm. Somebody managed to factor ball to boot. Stewart, he's been okay. Geordie Kite in the middle of the ground to Lachlan Walker, who bent but had no weight behind the handball. Turnover opportunity for Collins, who can bomb the ball back into attack for North Ballarat. Foot race on here. Couple of the speedsters. Well, quick. Oh, look out. Dangerous. Over the top. No, Cotter was up to it to rush it through from behind. He's off on his bike. Cotter to the other side of the ground. A little chip over the top was good. Found Batty and gave it to the running Riley Walker off half back. Tumbling kick beyond outer side centre wing. Not out of trouble yet, the Bloods, as North Ballarat got numbers through Purchase, and his left foot kick was well measured in the end, and Potter didn't let him down. In a one-on-one, just outpointed Chase Goebel on that occasion. 7.5 minutes gone. Potter with the short kick to Shea. He's a good size player. Right foot kick. Deep into attack. Glove of the target over his head. Oh, umpire. What's happened here? He's picked out a free kick. It's going to go against the Bloods. It's going to go the way of Jamie Quick for a hold. And Jamie Quick will go back and have a shot on goal here from 35 to 40 metres out. One of 3 players in North Ballarat's side today into the top 50 in the BFNL goal kickers. So Jamie Quick kicks on its way, and he's on the board, the X Factor forward on the back of a free kick. Jamie Quick gets his first, and the margin back to 2 points here at Mackie Park. 3-4-22. Melton lead North Ballarat 3-2-20. Yeah, terrific start by Sunbury to be 5 goals up on Sebastopol at quarter time. Of course, they were able to take care of Sebastopol at their previous meet at the Clark Oval, so to go potentially 2-0 against the benchmark of 2026, and to be a fair effort by Matty White and his Pride back at the restart. They kept their feet and got rewarded as Morris gave it to Penny, who bombed it in the Glover direction. It's twice he's been caught under the footy. Nearly a swing and a miss there by Lockett. Ground ball opportunity. They'll rush it out. Manito went through the heads of Scoble. Potter out the back, fitted by hand to Carey. Went wide to Arts. Standing start, hopeful rather than anything else. Ground ball opportunity for Batty to get to Walker. Clearing kick towards half back. Stewart was in front. He had it knocked away from him. Chance of Penny. Just tumbled the ball onto the boot. Borg went back, showed a bit of courage. No doubt there's a bit of communication from The fellow defensive speaker, Lachlan Phillips, is one of those, and he'll get on the end of this. Can go short to Davis, who's still there if he wants him, but he'll go the longer option as Geordie Cotter presented in front of the pack and took a nice grab. Burquest was a little bit slow to get back to his feet. But Geordie Cotter just looking for a lead up, and he'll get one through Borg. Just went the required. So it'll be Kyle Borg. Told to play on by the umpire. Goes along the line in the Ferrugia direction. Carey at the back. Got an important thump on the footy to the safety of the boundary line. And we'll get a throw in on broadcast side. Half forward for Melton. Goal apiece in this second term. 10.5 minutes gone. Arm wrestle of sorts. Shallow throw in. Favoured Stewart, who got it to Geordie Kite. Quick hands were good. Found Greenshields to Burquest, who went forward. Turnover opportunity denied. Carter got on the end of it. Read it beautifully off the hands, but just couldn't find the goals in the end off to the right. And the minor score. 3-5, 23 Melton, 3-2, 20 North Ballarat. 11 minutes gone, second term. That'll be Bowman who bring the ball back into play. Kick was okay to Lewis, who went short. Chance here for Shea. Went one way, then the other. And then forced to concede with a lateral kick towards Purchase, who goes along the line beyond centre wing. It was a good kick to Arts, who just had to wait for the ball. Marked uncontested in the end, and now he plays on and goes forward to Glover. Well, he couldn't quite make up the ground on that occasion. McGuigan is dispossessed and the ball spills over the line for a boundary throw-in, 30 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. And 12 minutes gone in this second term. Fairly uneventful game of footy. Pressure high though, throw-in. Out the back, an opportunity there for Burquest, who managed to release the ball by hand. Hurried kick forward towards half back. Good work there from Thornycroft. Oh, has the hands. Got it to Lachlan Walker. To a vacant half forward line. Foot race on here. Plenty being asked. The Faulkner was knocked off the footy by Braden Kite. Should have given the handball to Sullivan. Missed the first option and was penalised. So it'll be York with ball in hand. And Sullivan will be disappointed with Kite not giving that first option. You just have to do those things when you play North Ballarat. Cotter with the rebound, the familiar rebound to Burquest. Into the middle of the ground to Erickson. Kick was good, found Ferrugia. Waste no time. Goes out the Liam Carter direction. Just away from his outstretched hand. Ground ball, Purchase. Short kick. It was okay. Quick hands there from Stone. Put Shea under pressure. It was a lazy handball. Just a few fundamental errors here this afternoon has sort of taken away from the spectacle. But, gee, the pressure's right up there as Purchase from a standing start to out of centre wing. His kick was cut off there by Burquest. He'll waste no time in the left boot towards Geordie Kite. Went over his head. Turnover opportunity for Carey. He found Quinlan in the middle of the ground. And he went wide. They got out here. Lewis just tips it over the top for Quick. He's got Glover over the top. And Glover will get his first. And North Ballarat will get the lead. (4-2-26) North Ballarat. They get the lead back for the first time in about 25 minutes. They lead Melton by 3 points, 4-2 to 3-5. Goals to Quick and Glover in this term. Miles for Melton, just Braden Kite in this second quarter. Kicked the first goal of the term. But back-to-back goals to North Ballarat has given them the lead midway through this second term at Macpherson Park. Ball up. Up they go. Hickey. Centre clearance. Hurried one at that. Ericsson in front of it. Knocked away from him by Purchase. Thornycroft knocked it towards half forward. Foot race on. Purchase gathered. He was tackled. It was good pressure from Thornycroft. And we'll get a ball up on half forward out of side. For Melton, who trail by 3 points. Until they let it quarter time by 3 points. Tap one there by Lockett to no real advantage. Carey was clean. Quick hands to Lamb, who just tumbled the ball onto the boot. McGuigan read it best. He just couldn't hang on in the end. Batty do the mopping up. The Geordie Kite over there towards Button. His right foot kick will be cut off there by Purchase, who's had a good term. And he'll rebound for the Roosters from half back to half forward. It was a good kick and a good stretch in the end there from McGuigan. Mark Andor chop of the arm paid by the umpire. And McGuigan will keep the ball rolling. Will endeavour to do so to get it in the Glover direction. Over the head of Quick, the ball went. Not out of trouble yet as they swoop here. Oh, the hand pass just missed Quick. But the ball still stays in. Oh, Lewis went low. He might have got one high, said the umpire. No, he's been pinged for holding the ball. So it'll be Borg. You'll have a bit to say in the result this afternoon, you'd think. Melton's X-Factor talent of their own, not to mention Braden Kite up forward. They're their two X-Factors. Right foot kick. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the Bloods' way. It's going to go to Liam Carter, who's a mile away from his forward post, but he does get a bit of ball at half back. Ferrugia presented. Could have gone to Sullivan. Went the second option. Made it difficult for Hickey, who tried to knock the ball forward. Ericsson went low. Umpire didn't take the bait. Oh, now he's pinged for holding the ball. Well. So it'll be Purchase again. Despite his deep back defensive role, he's probably had more of it than anyone in this second term. Short kick from Bromley Lynch was safe. Right foot kick there from Palmer towards half forward. Gee, a lot of the forwards right of screen it, just getting caught under the footy. Deceptive breeze favouring that right of screen. They'll work it out here, the Bloods. Bouncing ball. Carter went inboard by hand to Hickey. And go back to Carter. Now this is the important kick for the Bloods. It was a good one. Found Braden Kite on half forward. Presenting to the pocket. Greenshields. He looks to square the ball. Comfortable. They did it well. They worked it out well there, the Bloods. It'll be Geordie Kite. Chance to become the Bloods' first multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. 35 metres out directly in front. Chance to get the lead back for the Bloods in a seesawing Dower arm wrestle. Plenty of superlatives, but they're all in the it's a hard battle space. So it'll be Geordie Kite with his deliberate approach, leans back on the footy and just shanks it off to the left and lucky to score in the end. One behind. Margin now 2 points. Rare set shot for the afternoon. We haven't seen many of those. Of course, Braden Kite had one earlier in the term, was able to finish. There's the beautiful kick of Morris into the middle of the ground towards Glover. Chance of Penny on his left side, fed the ball by hand. Chance of Palmer, good luck catching him to the top of the goal square. York at the back. Oh, he's caught one high. Oh, he didn't pay it. Top of the goal square for North Ballarat. Ball up. Tap one there by Thornycroft. Manito, quick hands. And Walker did the right thing. Good awareness. Conceded the behind. And that small lead for North Ballarat restored to 3 points. Cotter got on the end of that exit kick. Fed it by hand over the top to Scobell. Slow kick. And it was okay for Carter. So Liam Carter with ball in hand. So they'll go towards Borg. He's got a couple to beat. Shea was one of those. He's starting to have some impact, and he fed it by hand to Penny. He got it to Stone. Oh, and the drill kick was terrific and found McGuigan. Laces out. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. A chance to to make Melton pay for their missed shot on goal at the other end. Shot from McGuigan here from about 40 metres out. Melton led by as much as 9 points early in this term. A chance for North Ballarat to match the game high margin. But he squares it up with a behind with a set shot to the right of screen with Geordie Kite's miss earlier. So a let off there for the Bloods, a let off at either end really in the last 5 minutes. So a collective score of 7 goals, 10 here this afternoon. Low scoring affair. Terrific grab there from Liam Carter. Just outpointed Darabin on that occasion. Well, that kick went a metre. Put Riley Walker out of the pump. But his second effort pressure was good there, Liam Carter. Just didn't work out for him. Of course, it so often has over his journey, but it's 6 goals in a winning grand final to get it done. The best on-ground performance in the 2024 grand final against East Point at City Oval, of course. Four-point lead to North Ballarat. Time on, second term. Collins, Shea, somehow got boot to ball with strength. He was able to absorb the tackle. Cotter, looking for an option. It was a searching hand pass. And his second effort was good there, Cotter. Had to get some touch on that ball. Otherwise, it would have been a Lasso free kick or a Lasso, which tomato. Boundary throw in 50 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. Time on. Stewart in front. Won the tap. Hickey broke the tackle. Lachlan Walker back to Hickey. Put race on towards half back. Sullivan presented. Took a nice grab and looks to feed the ball along the line towards Borg, who marked in front of Purchase. Squared it towards Davis, who was stronger overhead on that occasion. Half forward out of side for the Bloods. Looks to drill the ball out towards the Faruja direction. Bromley Lynch with the pressure. Kept his feet. Boundary line, one in the end. Bloods will take that. A stoppage in the form of a boundary throw in inside their forward 50. 22 minutes into this second term. They trailed by 4 points. A late one here just to pinch the lead back. The Bloods celebrating their 40-year reunion of the 1986 flag. I mean, happy with that. Faruja, quick hands to Borg, sidestep, terrific. Left foot kick to a dangerous area. Was well read off the boot there by York, and just outpointed Sullivan on that occasion, just with his judgment of the flight. He goes lateral to Bromley Lynch. He just had to wait, got it on the bounce. Oh, turnover opportunity. Oh, clean bowled Carter. Nearly 4 buys in the end. Lamb kept it in to Stone. York, McGuigan, under pressure, got through the traffic to Lewis, who'll look to square the ball and steady for North Ballarat, and he does just that. Bit of composure to Carey, to Palmer, who goes long to a one-on-one. Walker and Glover. Oh, went through the hands of Walker. Opened the door for Glover. Just needs to sit up for him. Well, he gathered, but he spilled it. Has he got any support? Well, he does in the end. Quinlan. And he'll get that new free kick that's sort of come into footy, just taking the leg out. And Quinlan will have a shot on goal here from point-blank range. And will extend the margin to 10 in time on of this second term. So Quinlan gets his first. North Ballarat their 5th. 10-point lead. Let's go around the grounds. We'll try and find the score in other games around the BFNL this afternoon ahead of the halftime break. Let's hope they've updated their HQ obligations. And a couple had in that first term. A couple didn't. There's only 5 games. Come on, guys. Lift your game. Darley 55, lead Lake Windermere 21. East Point 37, lead Ballarat 27. No score out of Redan. No score out of Sebastopol. We'll get those to you at the half. But for the here and now, at Macpherson Park, 24 minutes gone second term. North Ballarat lead by 10 points. 9 scoring shots apiece. Tap one there by Collins. Oh, clever volley out of mid-air from Carey. Got plenty of it. North Ballarat into attack. Arts went to ground, harassed. Keeping his feet was quick. Left foot kick, just didn't get enough on it. Nice slips catch taken there by Jack Walker, who goes wide towards Minito, who started well in that opening term. And just chip it over the top. Kick was safe. And it's a Chase Scoble. Looks to go along the line. Well, Stewart got on the end of it. Quick hands towards Thornycroft, who spilled it. Just need to be clean, or cleaner, if you're going to overcome North Ballarat today. The Bloods. 10-point lead to the visitors. Ball up. A mile away from us here. Penny, standing start, hustled it forward, went over there to Minito. Oh, Lockett, that was nearly a clever tap in the quick direction, but keeping it in there was Palmer. Squaring ball, found quick, cross the body. And another one to the Roosters. Quick gets his second. And North Ballarat get their sixth. 6-4-40. North Ballarat lead Melton 3-6-24. Bloods led by 3 points at quarter time. They now trail by 16. So we'll endeavour to cheat a score from the laptop here. But, yeah, they're just not running through at the moment. I'll get them to you. Bacchus Marshwood leading Redan by 16 points at quarter time. So good news for the Cobras. Of course, the return of Jake Owen. Great news for the club. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Melton for a centre square infringement. So Lachlan Walker plays on. It's going to have to come back. Had to go to the ruckman. So he played on and went by hand to Lachlan Walker. Coming from a fair bay back there was Penny. Strong hand. Oh, it was Glover who's gone back behind the footing. Left foot kick to outer centre wing. Hickey couldn't gather. Ambitious handball there from Quinlan was cut off there by Hickey in the end. He got it back with the old 1-2 and sent the Bloods into attack. Up they went. Max Faulkner will rebound by hand. Got it to Bowman, who found Bromley Lynch to the outer side of the ground. It was a good kick at the end. So Palmer was able to mark that in the end. I don't know how that happened. As the siren sounds for half-time here at Macpherson Park, the BFNL's match of the round in the East. North Ballarat booted 4 goals to 1 in that term. 6-4-40, the Roosters. They lead Melton 3-6-24. The goal scorers for the leading North Ballarat. Arts has 2, Quick has 2, and 1 each to Glover and Quinlan. Whilst for Melton, all singles, Sullivan, Geordie Kite, and Braden Kite. Let's go around the grounds. In BFNL football, Lake Winderee 21, trail Ballarat 56. East Point 43, lead Ballarat 34. Redan 31, trail Bacchus Marsh 47. And Sebastopol 35, trail Sunbury 51. Guys, we'll take a break from Macpherson Park. We'll be back with the second half action in around 15 minutes' time. Billy Griffiths, fitted by Andy, took the right option. It was the first one to Gertz to an open forward line. Freeman, oh, excellent grab. 1-on-1 against Eels. It's normally a beautiful kick of the footy. He makes no mistake, Freeman. Now that's the response the Cobras were after with that inside 50 kick. It's a good one at that.
low. Gertz looking for Shea. Knew it. Through ball on the boot. Good use of the body there by Guthrie. Got out in the back and ran away from Milburn. Can he get it done this time, Guthrie? Yes, he can. An immediate response from the Lions through Guthrie. Thought it was a nudge by Muir on Gertz. The umpire called play out. Doyle ended up with it. Gave it to Gillard. Back to Muir. To the running Mitch Connell, who took him out. Ran to 55. Composed himself and sent the ball to an open goal square. Sublime finish. Well done, Harry Vincent Connell. Take a bow. ball. Billy Griffiths, fitted by Andy, took the right option. It was the first one to Gertz to an open forward line. Freeman, oh, excellent grab. One-on-one against Eels. It's normally a beautiful kick of the footy. He makes no mistake, Freeman. Now that's the response the Cobras were after with that inside 50 kick. It's a good one at that.
Wonderful finish there by Melton by Carter. Was it Tony? Sorry, your favourite player.
Ebb and flow. Gertz looking for Shea. Knew it. Through ball on the boot. Good use of the body there by Guthrie. Got out the back and ran away from Milburn. Can he get it done this time, Guthrie? Yes, he can. An immediate response from the Lions through Guthrie. Thought it was a nudge by Muir on Gertz. The umpire called play out. Doyle ended up with it. Gave it to Gillard. Back to Muir. To the running Minton Connell, who took a bounce. Ran to 55. Composed himself and sent the ball to an open goal square. Sublime finish. Well done, Harry Minton Connell. Take a bow.
Welcome back to Macpherson Park ahead of the third quarter action here. North Ballarat lead by 16 points. All important third quarter for the Bloods to the right of screen with the advantage of the breeze, if any. Play underway. Bromley Lynch held up and we'll get a ball up. At the restart, Stewart went early and a second throw at it. Umpire called play on. Soccer off the ground there from Morris, only went as far as Batty. Turned it over to Bromley Lynch, who gave it back to Morris, inside 50. Nervous moments here for the Bloods. Can they work it out? Good pressure on Carey. Riley Walker somehow got ball to boot. Didn't go the required. Jacob Hicking forced just to bomb the ball forward. Albeit the half back, it was cut off there by Lamb, who can rebound for the Roosters. So he's bereft of options. So he lowered the eyes. Lockett wanted the hold. Asked for it through the line over the boat. Got the bite. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here. 40 metres out from goal. Chance to get there. Fifth goal in a row. And extend the lead to 16. Well, to 22, in fact. If he can get this done, he's booted 28 goals from his 14 games to date. It's a beautiful kick. Makes no mistake. Little work for the goal umpire. First goal of the third term to North Ballarat through Jai Lockett. The margin extends to 22 here. North Ballarat on top at Macpherson Park in BFNL's match of the round here in the east. In fact, it's the only game going on in the east. There's a couple of upsets brewing down the highway, with Sunbury leading Sebastopol and East Point with their noses in front of Ballarat, whilst Ballarat are missing 9 frontliners. Morris will just waltz away out of the middle and go deep to the top of the goal square. Jamie Quick tried to be clever, didn't end up impacting the footy, and McGuigan got the lucky bounce and got another goal for North Ballarat. 2 goals in the opening 2 minutes. Ominous signs for the Bloods. And McGuigan on the board. What say of a response from the Bloods as the margin blows out to 28. Need to find something. Some clarity, some clean ball use. Will be top of the agenda to manufacture a response here, because they've just been caught at the wheel. Ball up, tap one there by Stewart. He's fought doggedly in the ruck. Loose ball opportunity. Feed to the outside by Penny to Shea. He went back through traffic, squared the ball in the middle of the ground. Found Collins, who can get it to the outside to the loose man there in Bowman, who just lowered the eyes and the kick was okay. So some poor checking from the Bloods, some uncontested ball for North Ballarat as Palmer will turn it over. Braden Kite pushing back to lend some assistance. And he'll go with the right boot towards outer centre wing, out direction of Carter, and went over his and Darabin's head. Excellent gather from Max Faulkner on the run, and he pumped the ball forward. Helicopter kite type kick. Ball got out the back. Foot race on here, Batty. Well, he just carried it over the line in the end. And we'll get a boundary throw in. North Ballarat in attack. They lead by 28 points. They've kicked the last 6 goals of the game. Throw in. Shallow one at that, and we'll get a repeat. Melton led by 3 points at quarter time. They trail by 16 of the half. The margin now 28. We're just 4 minutes in. Lockett forced to release the ball by hand towards Arce, who's tackling on the ground. Good pressure from the Bloods. And they'll get the resultant free kick. They'll just chip it around in their back half. They like to do that and get the ball into the hands of Manito, who goes short to Riley Walker. Oh, that was a risky kick. He didn't execute well. The Bloods forced to apply the pressure on McGuigan. Ball spilt to Walker. He's got an opportunity to atone, and he bombed the ball towards half back. Going back with the flight there was Lamb. Quick hands. Got it towards York, who took on Scoble. Forced to release the ball. Got it to Lamb. Borg. Through traffic he went. And went with the right boot. Went over the head of Glover. Bouncing ball. Geordie Kite in pursuit. The Glover's got time to gather. And measure the kick to Bowman, who was, pretty composed there, to Faulkner, who overcooked the kick and turned it over in the end. Opportunity for the Bloods through Davis, who missed the target. It was meant for Ericsson. And it'll be Lamb. Goes backwards to Glover, who just tips it. That was Bromley Lynch, in fact, who found Glover, who just tipped it over the top to Morris. So, the Bloods been made to pay for their own skill errors this afternoon. Speaking of skill errors, Arts was clean at ground level. Left foot kick across the body. Carey, well, he had a couple to beat. It was an industrious, clever little knock forward. Keep North Ballarat in it. Lewis went low, sun in the eyes of the umpire. He called play on. Riley Walker, quick hands to Cotter, to Jacob Hickey. Got it to Davis, to Cotter, fed it by hand to Benito. So it was good chain work there from the Bloods, and it was a well-weighted kick who found Ericsson, who wheeled onto his preferred right boot and just chipped it up. Glover coming from the back. Good little spoil on the footy to knock it away from Green Shields. Borg ran onto it. Here's his moment. Cut off in the goal square there by Liam Carter. Bounced off his chest. Fed it back in to Braden Kite. Loves these around the corner, and he makes no mistake, and I think goal umpire likes it. Yes! Bloods get one back at Macpherson Park. So Braden Kite gets his second. Bloods get their fourth of the afternoon. They're 4-6-30. They trail North Ballarat 8-4-52. So a couple of skill errors from both sides. Well, it's been littered with those throughout the afternoon. So I'm anticipating that out there in the middle, the conditions are, whilst they look perfect from the balcony here at our vantage point, I think there's a little swirly breeze out there that's just making the execution of the fundamentals a little bit harder than they look on face value. So some consideration to be made there. But on that occasion, it was the Bloods who were able to benefit the margin back to 22. 2-1 in this third term in favour of North Ballarat. We're back at the restart. Collins went early. Geordie Kite waiting at ground level is held up, and we'll get a ball up. 7.5 minutes gone, third term. Stewart won the tap. Geordie Kite at ground level. Couldn't get ball to boot. Pressure was good there from Lewis. And Bromley Lynch is held up there by Davis. We'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Call that even. No real hit to advantage, and Davis is swarmed at ground level by Bromley Lynch. And we'll get another ball up. So it'll be Stewart and Collins. They've had a good battle in the ruck. Ground ball. Palmer, elusive. Right foot kick. Tumbling one at that. Shallow entry inside 50. Lockett front spot. Oh, has the sharking from Quick. Now there's a highlight. Wide to McGuigan. It went over his head. Foot race on here. Blood's not out of trouble. The gather was good from Walker. Jeez, it was a hot handball. Made it difficult for Button to grasp cleanly. Bounced off him over the line for a boundary throw-in. Jason to the North Ballarat behind pocket. Won the tap. Good pressure. Left foot kick across the body from Quick. Oh, he just overcooked it. Dangerous. So clean. In a game where it's sort of lacked a bit of cleanliness. Quick's been able to tidy up but just couldn't finish. So the umpire paid the mark then just as Jack Walker was off, so he couldn't get the advantage. So it'll be Stewart. Good kick. Found Lachlan Walker. Fed it by hand. Button. Back through traffic. Right foot kick. Pressure as he kicked. Turnover opportunity. Not for the first time this afternoon, the Bloods. So here come the reinforcements through Stone. He just tipped it with the outside of the right boot. Found Lockett on centre wing outer side. Onto the right boot. Just tries to drill the kick to McGuigan. Tried to knock it back, but only as far as Davis, who wheeled onto his left boot. Overcooked it, meant for Sullivan. He too's a lefty. Lockett, blind turn. Around no one, really. And a little chip kick there from Lewis was good, who found Penny, who looked to get some penetration with his left boot. So McGuigan continues to present, but he went wide and missed everything in the end. McGuigan, every reason to be disappointed that he was unfound, albeit through the eyes of Penny. And Cotter will take the resultant free kick. Went short, kick was okay to Davis and went back to Cotter, so he gets some run and carry. The kick was good. It's been efficient today. Cotter for the most part. Quick hands to Benito. Running bounce as a second. He's got Borg to the outside, but he trusted his own boot and got it to Lachlan Walker and went back to Benito. Borg still there. Not seen. They go wide to Braden Kite. He's elusive. He just tries to knock it to his own advantage. He'll get it back here, the captain. Good individual effort. Just needs someone to run by. It was Walker. He gave it back to Kite. The vision was terrific. Hickey. Great individual effort there from Braden Kite. He did it all on his own. She's a running pattern of that bit of play there from Kite. Nearly run out of ink. Trying to replicate that as Jacob Hickey will go back and have a shot here. 45-degree angle. 30 metres out from goal. An important shot here in the context of this game. Giving North Ballarat kick the first 2 goals of the third term in the opening 2 minutes. Melton get a chance to kick their second of the term and get the margin back to 17. So the kick from Hickey. Well, it's off to the right. And through for a minor score. 4-7. Melton trail North Ballarat 8-5. 22-point lead to the Roosters. And Morris will bring the ball back into play. A terrific kick from Morris, who found Shea, who's a likely type. Kick didn't let him down. Found Penny, who went wide to Lockett. He stabs at the ball. He's got strength through the hips. He was able to get it to McGuigan, but it went through his hands. Riley Walker wanted the hold, and he'll get it. So a rebound opportunity here for the Bloods. If they can get the ball moving forward. And he gets it from half back to half forward. Pattern of play, seeing the ball go out the back here. Opportunity for Green Shields. He went back to Geordie Kite. Kick across the body. Presenting was Burquest. Chance for Liam Carter. High up and under kick. Won't quite get the journey. And the reinforcements for North Ballarat arrive through Bowman, who knocks it through for a rush behind. Melton 4-8-32. Trail North Ballarat 8-5-53. 13 shots on goal to 12. I know a couple of them have been rushed. A 21-point lead to the Roosters. Morris to Lockett. To go back to Morris. Now he's told to move it on. It's okay. Found Lamb. He'll play on by hand to Lockett, who gets some penetration into that slight breeze. Riley Walker at box position. Kept it in front of him. Carey was waiting at ground level. And then Riley Walker was forced to apply the tackle and will get a ball up. So Collins on this occasion tries to do it on his own. Scoville couldn't hang on, wasn't clean. Chance of Bromley Lynch. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Riley Walker, touch of the fumbles. Been a story of the afternoon really for the Bloods as Ferrugia. That was a terrific kick to Borg. He can just chip it over the top. So they got the overlap here now. Can they make it count? So Button to Batty, who dropped it, should go inboard to Borg, and he did. Who can get it to Carter, can go back to Borg now. That was good play from the Bloods. And now we get it to a dangerous area. Kite the fly, ground ball, look out! Thornycroft. He had a little bit more time. He could have taken another step or two and steadied, but he's just blazed it away off to the left and through for a minor score. See if we can get an update score from around the grounds as they endeavour to retrieve that football in good time. See whether there's any upsets brewing up the highway. There certainly was at half time. Lake Windermere 27, Darley 87, East Point 50, Ballarat 41. That's all I've got at the moment. Have to go to the laptop to get a score out of City Oval and out of Marty Bush as Morris waltzes away. And Ferrugia read that beautifully. Just kept his opponent at bay. Took a nice grab. Conceded some ground with the 45 to the number 45 who found Button. He just had to mark that ball, and he did. And he went back to Ferrugia. So no real meters gained, but Ferrugia will get the ball wheeling through Button, who went wide over there to Thornycroft, and his opposing number 19, Lockett, marked uncontested in the end. So just no bang for buck for the Bloods with time spent in their front half in this third term. Lockett gets plenty on the kick. Bloods have got numbers, and they got enough at ground level. Well, it just missed everybody. Riley Walker, well, he could have dropped that in the end, and he was pinged by the umpire. Penny, left foot kick wide. Well, Lewis fell over, opened the door for Ferrugia. Who got it to Button, who found Davis over the head of Carter. Doing the mopping up there was Lockett, who just chipped it wide. Did he keep it in? No, he didn't. So a rebound opportunity for the Bloods. Can they make it work? 4 goals, 9. Well, so the kick in from Davis. Another turnover for the Bloods. Lewis will do the rebounding. And they're just happy to play a bit of keepings off momentarily as North Ballarat through Glover. Went short to McGuigan. 17 minutes gone. Third term, North Ballarat lead by 20. Chip over the top, meant for Lamb. You taken to the ground there by Cotter. And we'll get a boundary throw in on half forward out of side of the ground for the Bloods. So for all their possession in the last 7 or 8 minutes, they'd be wanting a goal. Shallow throw in. Lucky not to be recalled. Hurried kick forward for the Bloods. Geordie Kite endeavoured to keep it in, but he couldn't in the end. We'll get a throw in. 25 metres around from the Bloods' goal. North Ballarat by 20. Near 18 minutes gone, third term. 4-9 plays 8-5. Roosters in front. Braden Kite was smart. He knew it was going to be a shallow throw in. He was the beneficiary. Grabbed cleanly. Going to come back to the boundary umpire. He'll have another crack at it. See if any of the players are onto it. Throwing. He's going to go back. He's going to have 3 disposals in a minute, this boundary umpire. And he gets it done in the end. Well done. Collins could have been over the shoulder of Braden Kite. The umpire killed play on. Palmer, quick hands to Faulkner, who ran boundary side. Kicks it across the body, hoping to keep it in. Lockett presented, strong hands overhead. Took a nice grab, protects the ball drop well. Lockett just tipped it over the top to McGuigan on half back outer side for the Roosters. So it's the long journey along that outer side. Not only for the Roosters, but for us up here in the commentary position. Through in the hands of Hickey. And we'll get a ball up. Hopefully there's some scores up from around other games. No. It's a 20-point lead to North Ballarat here as we approach time on in this third term. Collins couldn't extricate by hand. Now Penny, left foot kick across the body. Good spoil by Jack Walker on Quinlan, who's then forced to apply the tackle. Oh, and ping for holding the ball. And he wastes no time, Quinlan. Tumbling awkward kick to the advantage of Carey, who fed it by hand to the outside. Lockett's pushed forward. He's just missed to the near side, one behind. Darley 100, lead Lake Windermere 27. East Point 50, lead Ballarat 47. Thank you. Kick out of defence. Jack Walker marked on halfback for the Bloods. So we'll look to get the ball moving. Sullivan. Have it back to Jack Walker. Good use of the body there by Morris on Burquest. I think a comfortable mark in the end. So he'll come broadcast side. Went over the head of Borg. Was well read there. Well, the weight of the kick there by McGuigan. He's got Shea short if he wants him. He's still there, but we'll go a little bit more direct to Palmer. So Palmer with ball in hand. Got quite a busy forward line in front of him. Goes wide in the arch direction, but Farrugia got an important hand on it to the safety of the boundary line. Now it's up to the Bloods to defend after they enjoyed pretty much the last 10 minutes in their front half, but their last 3 scoring shots were behinds. Boundary throwing, but Lockett, Farrugia. And Lockett trying to find Palmer, just missed him. But Lewis with a check kick on the outside of the right boot, meant for quick. And Davis bundles Arts over the line. We'll get a throw in. 25 to 30 metres around from the Roosters goal, who lead by 21. 8-6 plays 4-9. Throw in. Lockett and Farrugia contest this duel. Lockett won the tap. Palmer broke the tackle. Fed it by hand to Arts, who had a pot shot at the goals. And he just missed to the near side, one behind. Margin now 22 in favour of North Ballarat, who led by 16 at the half. Manito casually to Cotter, who gets it to Scoble. So they get out beyond their defensive 50 comfortably, Melton. Scoble gets it to Jack Walker, who looks to come corridor. And there's nothing forthcoming, so he just bombs the ball long. North Ballarat got numbers behind the ball here. And Glover took a comfortable mark in the end. So another turnover for Melton. So Glover goes back with a 45 to Lewis. Bromley Lynch. Right foot to outer centre wing. Mark taken there by Quinlan, who looks to square the ball. Just found Lockett in the nick of time. Now it's Bowman. Can he work his way through the traffic? 3 Bloods closing, but somehow was able to extricate well by foot to Faulkner. With a shallow entry inside 50 to Carey, who presented. Took a nice grab in front of Cotter. 23 minutes gone. Third term, 22-point lead to North Ballarat. Will be quite happy to take some more seconds off the clock. Given the right of screen, in fairness, is the scoring end. Well, you never know by looking at the trees. I think it's a little bit more pronounced out on the ground. So, Carey, well, Lockett presented. Good work rate. Lockett, he's been up and down the ground. So, Carey from 50. Right and always right. Won't get the journey. What's an uncontested mark in the end by Lamb. Some poor checking and awareness there from the Bloods defence, who are normally quite solid in that space. No one really thought that was going to fall short into that unassuming breeze. And Lamb just tips it over the goal umpire's head. He gets his first. And North Ballarat get their 9th. 9-7-61. North Ballarat lead Melton 4-9-33. Tick over 24 minutes gone. Third term. There, but York was there, and there was a high tackle on Faulkner, and he'll rebound. So some Clumsy technique from the tackling of the Bloods. So York just tipped it over the top to Shea. We had Stone short if he wants him. He's still there. Now he'll go there. He'll mark uncontested on the defensive 50. Time ticking away for the Bloods to eat into this 28-point margin. They've just been better by foot today, North Ballarat. Palmer into the middle to Glover. He can give it to Stone. He'll run through the middle of the ground with the right boot, and the kick was good and well judged there by Quick. So 50 metres out from goal, Jamie Quick into a slight breeze. It's just starting to pick up the longer we go throughout the afternoon. They've booted 3 goals, 3 this term, North Ballarat, to Melton's 1 goal, 3. And Jamie Quick will kick after the siren from outside 50 into a swirly breeze. So you've got the Dennis Lilly run up. Let's see how he can finish. In he comes from outside 50. Gee, he got plenty of it. Quick, will he get the journey? No, he won't. It's a fair effort nonetheless with the drop punt. And that sees scores at three-quarter time. North Ballarat 9-7-61. Lead Melton 4-9-33. The goal scorers for the leading Roosters. Arts and Quick have 2 each. Glover, Quinlan, Lockett, McGuigan and Lamb 1 each. Whilst for Melton, Braden Kite has 2 and 1 each to Sullivan and Geordie Kite. Guys, we'll go around the grounds. Lake Windaree 33, Trail Darley 112, East Point 56, lead Ballarat 49. Redan 39, Trail Bacchus Marsh 56, and Sebastopol 51, Trail Sunbury 79. So it looks like Sunbury are going to go 2-0 against Sebastopol, still with a quarter to play. Well done to Matty White and his team, 3 quarters in against the ladder leaders. But here, in a relatively low-scoring arm wrestle of sorts, it's just been North Ballarat who have been the better side with their ball use and their ability to get numbers around the contest. They're 9-7-61. They lead Melton 4-9-33. It's a 28-point ball game in favour of the Roosters, who will look to go into the top 3 with a win this afternoon. To break back with the final quarter action in 5 minutes' time. Billy Griffiths, fitted by Andy, took the right option. It was the first one to Gertz to an open forward line. Freeman, oh, excellent grab. 1-on-1 against Eels. It's normally a beautiful kick of the footy. He makes no mistake, Freeman. Now that's the response the Cobras were after with that inside 50 kick. It's a good one at that.
Wonderful finish there by Melton, by Carter. Was it Tony Croft? Your favourite player.
Evan Flo. Gertz looking for Shea. Knew it. Through ball on the boot. Good use of the body there by Guthrie. Got out the back and ran away from Milburn. Can he get it done this time, Guthrie? Yes, he can. An immediate response from the Lions through Guthrie. Thought it was a nudge by Muir on Gertz. The umpire called play on. Doyle ended up with it. Gave it to Gillard. Back to Muir. To the running Mitch Connell, who took a bounce. Ran to 55. Composed himself and sent the ball to an open goal square. Sublime finish. Well done, Harry Vincent.
St Con will take a bow. About ready to get played away for the final term here at Macpherson Park. 28-point lead to North Ballarat. Ball up. Tap one there by Collins. Came broadcast centre wing. Chance for Scoble, who fed it by hand. Missed the target. Meant for Davis. And they hustle the ball forward, the Bloods, and Braden Kite got on the end of it. 45 metres out from goal. He lowered the eyes. Geordie Kite presented, couldn't hang on. Second effort, kick with the outside of the right boot. Banana type, they need a favourable bounce. They nearly got one. Carter's pressure was good, but they had the outnumbered North Ballarat, and they'll concede in the end. And rush behind Melton's 10th of the afternoon. Their last 4 scoring shots have been behinds. Well, the last 4 scores, more to the point. Well, the left foot kick was a beauty and found Palmer, who wasted no time sending the ball forward, and found Morris on half forward. 70 metres out from goal. Probably not beyond him if he got onto one. But a ridiculous ask nonetheless. So he just sits up a beautiful drop punt at the top of the goal square. Players fly, ground ball out the back as it so often has done this afternoon to the right of screen. Surprised we haven't seen more players aware of that, getting behind that aerial contest. So many players have been caught under the footy, misjudging the weight of the aerial. Melton trail by 27 points. A minute and a half into this final term. North Ballarat doing it comfortably. Throw in. Lockett won the tap to no real advantage. Bromley Lynch with the pressure on Phillips. Tackled, loose ball, gathered by Manito, and he just bombed it wide. Carter just kept it in to the advantage of Borg with a hand pass over the shoulder, and off he goes on his bike. Borg, he took a second bounce, can take a third, can keep going with a fourth.
Now, who's going to present? Tumbling squaring kick. And another turnover for the Bloods. So Glover found Penny. And he can go lateral. And it got to Bowman on the bounce, who conceded some ground to Carey. He gave it back to Bowman, just lobbed it over the top and found Shea. He's been busy between the arcs this afternoon for the Roosters. Now he looks for an option. Presenting there with Stone, unaccounted for. He can just run away now if he likes, but he's just weighing up the options as McGuigan presented and was ignored again. So Stone, sweeping right foot kick. Ball, guess what? Went out the back. Burquest was there on this occasion. Left foot kick towards half back. It's been cut off. So Penny sends it forward. Good pressure there from Cotter. Oh, he's going to pay a hold. Gee, a bit unlucky there. You can't believe it. And he's a little proppy getting to his feet. He's a bit sore, Cotter. He looks like he's done. So, very sore. Let's hope it's not the foot that he hurt last year. So it'll be Lamb from outside 50. Lowered the eyes. It went over the head of another target inside 50. It's been the theme of the afternoon. So, Manito, you can't do that. It's got to come back. And it'll be Stewart. It's a good kick to find Hickey. He can keep running. He's got Scoble short or Green Shields the longer option. So he goes with the latter. Green Shields just lowers the eyes. North Ballarat, well, it's 4v1. Somehow the Bloods ended up back with it. Barton, loose hand pass. Hickey, hopeful rather than anything else. And Arts will do enough to square away a stoppage on centre wing broadcast side. Yeah, it's just not pretty when you play North Ballarat. They're just so defensively sound. They essentially just strangle you. And chance for Stone, who is composed, but it's a dangerous kick. And Carey was able to mark the footy in the end. He had Penny to the outside. And he'll just go short to Bowman. You think it was time on in the last quarter, given the lackluster nature of this will to move the ball on. But they're in no rush. They lead by 27. They go wide to Lockett, who cleverly kept it in. It was just too hot for Arts in the end. Bromley Lynch got an important little touch back to Lockett, who found Penny, who went long towards the goal square. Oh, it's a nice grab taken there by Manito, who wasted no time, went to the outer side of the ground. The kick was good. Found Batty, who just lopes away under the right boot. Beyond half back. Now Borg and Carey. Couple of speedsters going head to head. Borg was the first to go to ground. Morris gave it back to Carey. And here comes the help. As they so often do. They do it well, North Ballarat. And Penny's got on the end of it. 5.5 minutes into this final term. Squaring kick. Another uncontested mark for North Ballarat as Bowman continues the pattern of play to Faulkner, who found Palmer right in front of us here. Broadcast centre wing. And goes short. And the chain of uncontested marking continues. And it's Quinlan with ball in hand. Don't know what happened there. Like one of my chips on a Sunday afternoon. So Faulkner bombs it towards half forward. Free kick to the Bloods every day of the week. Not sure what Collins was arguing about there. More frustration than anything else. They'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So it's Riley Walker on half back. He's got Burquest short, but it's a slow kick. But Stewart was up for the task. He nearly hung on to it. Green Shields, good use of the body. So too Collins. Ball spit out to Lockett. It could have gone to Palmer, but he'll go long towards Quick. It just went over his head and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. Gee, we've had a host of boundary throw-ins today and a number of on the falls and a lot of turnovers. I guess when you're playing against a side like North Ballarat, who are so defensively sound, they really put you under the pump, just executing the fundamentals. Green Shields, high up and under kick. It'll go the required. It was well judged there by Manito in the end, who owned that aerial from a standing start. He sent it to the other side. Batty was up to the task and ran away from Carey. Got it to Borg. Just fell over. He was just going to be too quick. Now he's under the pump. Somehow got away from the tackle of Carey and Morris and sent the right boot out to an outnumber. Roosters have got those. And it's Bowman who went to Lewis with the dribbling ball to half forward. Another turnover opportunity. Now Stewart will get on the end of it for the Bloods and he'll send it towards half forward. Thornycroft, he went early. Didn't hang on to it for long enough, said the umpire. Well, that was a throw. And Palmer will get on the end of this and drill it towards half forward and went over the head of another target. Meant for quick on that occasion. Well, that's a free kick for time wasting. And it won't be paid, but nonetheless, it'll come back. So Melton will take the resultant free kick. And Quick booted the ball away. He was under no illusions that the ball had gone out. I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt. But lucky not to be 50 metres against the X-Factor forward. Well, that's my opinion on that anyway. So the left foot kick back into play is a high up and under kick down the line. Should be easy to defend. And it was, and they got it out. North Ballarat, so disciplined, will get a boundary throw in. Attacking side of centre wing broadcast zone. For the Roosters, who lead by 27. Melton with the only score of the term in the opening 8.5 minutes. Albeit a rush behind concede by Isaac Carey. Shallow throw in was as good as a short pass in the end to Stewart. But another turnover opportunity through Lamb. Stone, well, he was going to overcommit with the boot. Then he did the right thing to abort. Hickey went to the voice of Borg, who's kept trying today. His leg speed's been a standout. He goes forward to Kite. But knocked away from him. Ground ball opportunity. Chance of Ericsson got it to the outside. To Thornycroft. He'll go with the outside of the right boot. And the execution just let him down in the end. Melton's 11th behind. 4:11:35. They trail North Ballarat 9-7-61. So it'll be Morris. Bring the ball back into play for the Roosters, who lead comfortably by 26. 9.5 minutes gone. He just tips it over the top. Little lob wedge to Glover. He gave it back to Morris, who just waltzed through the Macpherson Park. So from half back to half forward with a wobbly torpedo. The mark's been taken there by Quinlan, who wastes no time sending the ball forward. The mark's been taken there by Penny. We'll go back and have a shot on goal here. Chance to kick the Roosters' first goal of this final term. And a relatively lacklustre fourth quarter, I must say. Must be pretty taxing out there for the players. Penny just makes no mistake. Straight through the middle. North Ballarat get their 10th. 10-7-67. North Ballarat lead Melton 4:11:35. Margin 32 points. Penny gets his first and becomes North Ballarat's 8th goal kicker of the afternoon. Some more scores to come to hand. We'll get to you. Here's the potential upsets brew up the highway. Ball up, tap one by Collins to the advantage of Lamb, who just hurried kick off the boot, only as far as Walker, who got some help through Sullivan with a high up and under kick out in the Kite direction. Good application from both players. North Ballarat will win out as they so often have across half back today. Chance for Quinlan, who went back inboard to Shea. He's got Arts on the outside. He'll go along the line to a vacant half forward line. Manito. Oh, coming from the side there was quick, dangerously so, and looks to square the ball to Lockett. They've just had too much outnumber today, North Ballarat. And distance won't be a problem for Lockett from here. The thumping kick of the footy. Is there just the kick, the one goal today? And he can keep up his 2-goal average this year with a finish here. East Point lead Ballarat by 1 point. Daly out to an 85-point lead over the Lakers. So it'll be Lockett from 50. Pretty much a lob wedge for Lockett. Kicks on its way. Makes no mistake, Lockett, he gets his second. He gets his season average of 2 per game. And another goal to North Ballarat, 11-7-73. They extend. They lead Melton 4-11-35. 12 and a half minutes gone, final term. Lockett becomes the third North Ballarat player with 2 goals. Sam Arts, Jamie Quick, the other 2. Yeah, it's been a really flat performance from the Bloods on their own deck today, unfortunately. Borg had a few moments with his ability to break the lines with his leg speed, but it's been a tough afternoon. So Collins gets it to the outside to Palmer at a touch of the fumbles. Gathered on the second attempt, but not before Lachlan Walker can hold him up. We'll get a ball up on half forward, or near so, for North Ballarat. Broadcast side of the ground. They lead by 38 points. Collins, Sullivan, Batty, just didn't bend. Players all fighting over the one toy, albeit a Sharon. And we'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Ball up, Thornycroft. Collins won the tap. Hustled forward there by Land with the advantage of Arts from half forward. He bombs the ball long. Guess what? It's going to go out the back. Will he get a favourable bounce? No. One behind to Arts. Margin extends to 39. Geordie Cotter. Good to see that he's recovered from that little stinger. Always get a bit nervous when he starts limping around. So the penetrating kick beyond half-back. Faruja the target. He had it knocked away from him there by Glover. We get a boundary throw in just outside the North Ballarat 50-metre line. 14 minutes gone. Final term. North Ballarat by 39. So that'll be Thornycroft and Collins to test this ruck duel. Thornycroft with front spot. It was a clever tap to chase Scoble. Clearance. Going about 45 metres towards outer centre wing. Chance here for Darabin. Oh, free kick's going to come back. It's going to go to Davis, who didn't get the ball back on the full, but doesn't matter, as they say back in the day. So Davis goes lateral to Burquest. Cotter was going to run into a locket there. I'm not sure anyone ever wants to run into a locket, unless it's that small jewellery variety. Spare me the other options as Benito goes inside 50. Faruja the fly. Brings down a nice grab. Waste no time. Scoble presents well into the hole and marks uncontested on the chest. Chance to go back and kick. He's first and Melton's 5th of the afternoon. No surprising seeing a couple of North Ballarat players cramping up. They wouldn't be used to the firm deck over recent weeks. So Scoble, well, he's missed to the left. So Melton's last 6 scores have been behinds. It's been infectious. Since half-time, they've kicked 1 goal, 6, Melton. So Morris will go short. He just went over the head of Geordie Kite. I'll work it out through Stone, who came broadcast side. Looking towards McGuigan. Cotter at the back. Needs a favourable bounce on this bouncy deck here at Mackie Park. McGuigan kept his feet. Hurried kick. Oh, the leg break was terrific because it found Shea, who went with a high up and under kick towards half forward. And Dom Penny had to wait under it for an eternity, but he was able to mark it on the chest, uncontested in the end. And with the slight breeze, not beyond him, he can go short to Palmer if he likes. He's still got Arts in the pocket. And now he'll go by hand to Palmer. He'll go short. Looking there towards Quinlan, but Manito did the mopping up to Phillips with the 1-2. Back to Manito. Good to see him in Blood's colours this afternoon. Back after that layoff. Geordie Kite couldn't hang on. Purchase, who had that excellent second term. Sullivan, left foot kick for the Bloods towards outer side centre wing. Bouncing ball. Davison Glover. Well, Glover went to ground. Davis provided the resistance. He'll nearly get a free kick here. Yeah, that's the right call by the umpire. Davis will get rewarded. And he'll lope onto that left boot and send the ball forward in the Braden Kite direction. Gee, just had it knocked away from him. Chance for Scoville. They got them all in front of themselves here, the Bloods. That's a terrific kick. And Borg will run into an open goal and break the run of 6 straight behind Sir Melton. They'll get their 5th of the afternoon. 5-12-42 Melton. They trail North Ballarat 11-8-74. 17 and a half minutes gone. Final term, margin 32 points. Back at the restart here. 18 minutes gone, or thereabouts. Back at the restart. It'll be Collins. And no Brinker Ritchie this afternoon for North Ballarat. All gathered there by Purchase, who sent it to broadcast centre wing. Bit of a wrestle going on there. Now the Bloods, they got some numbers around that aerial and at ground level. As Davis sent the ball into the Farrugia direction, he took a nice grab. Back-to-back goals. It's just been a stretch of an ask for the Bloods this afternoon. They've just kicked 5. 3 of those in the first half, 2 in the second. Scoring not usually a problem here for the Bloods on their own deck, but gee, North Ballarat, they are the number 1 ranked defence. And with shots on like that, that does help minimise the scoring. It's gone out of bounds on the full. So they're well on their way to an impressive 12th win of the season, North Ballarat. Kick beyond the defensive 50. Quick to fly. Well, when I say unrealistic, it was over his own man, so it didn't matter. Benito, well touched of the fumbles there from Sullivan, but it just allowed him just to play on, and he gathered, he sent it to Farrugia and it went through his hands. Guess what? Another behind for the Bloods. 5-13. Yeah, they've kicked 2-7 since half-time. To North Ballarat's 5-4. Kick in to Shea was effective. Could have gone to Morris if he likes. He's still there. But he'll just tip it over the top to Penny. He looks every bit of player. Penny onto that left boot from half back to half forward. Lamb from the side, elected to go the fist. Presenting there was Button. Quick hands. Sullivan. Button. Manito. And then the runner nearly gave away a free kick. Jack Walker to Borg, who looked to square the ball to half forward. Hickey, courage, couldn't hang on. Swooping onto the footy there was Davis, who had a pot shot at the goals. Farrugia, will it sit up for him? No, it won't. They'll rush it through for another behind. 5-14-44. Melton, North Ballarat, 11-8-74. Time on, final term. It's been like watching one of those heavyweight title fights where no one throws a punch. But the punches certainly come in a defensive sense from North Ballarat, and their accountability and will to get support around that ground ball, which has really made it difficult for Melton to get any momentum. But they'll enjoy a moment with the ball in their front half here. Melton, a chance to get one back. Boundary throw in. Well, it didn't help anyone. And then Collins found Phillips with a turnover kick, and then Lewis just snuck up behind Phillips and infringed, and that'll bring the premiership defender within range. And an unlikely goal opportunity for Phillips, but they'll take what they can, the Bloods. Can he get it done? He does. He looked it. It never looked like missing. Phillips gets his first. And the Bloods get their sixth. 6-14-50. Melton. Trail North Ballarat 11-8-74. Near 22 minutes gone. Final term. Seemingly going through the motions at the moment. Both teams with the result inevitable here. Both sides really, well, they look fatigued because it's been quite a taxing game to watch. God knows what it'd be like to be out there, being involved in the physical encounter. Ball up, loose ball. Hickey hasn't stopped trying. Ran to half forward, sent the ball forward, out in the Ferrugia direction. Good defensive effort on Morris, but again, the outnumber through Lockett waiting at ground level, just threw the ball onto the boot. McGuigan got a favourable bounce and then came back and, well, he could have hit Shea or Brumley Lynch. He went with the former. They can just raffle it here if they like. And they'll go wide to Purchase. Just could have rewarded the run there of Brumley Lynch, but opted to go to Lockett. Melton lead by 24 points. 23 minutes gone. Final term. Lockett with a long kick in the quick direction. Couldn't hang on. He had a bit of it. Right call by the umpire. Players over the footy. Button got an important little touch on it, and Soccer just to get the ball out of the danger zone for the Bloods. But Carey found Lockett. Sidestep, then another. High up and under kick. It'll go the required. Cotter. And Quinlan got an important fish on the ball to the safety of the boundary line for the Bloods. And they'll get a throw in, albeit in the form of a shallow entry inside 50. And they've deserved their 24-point lead over the Bloods this afternoon. Melton have kicked 2 goals to North Ballarat's 2 goals in this final term. Through traffic went Collins. How's the finish? Out of bounds on the full. So a couple of walking wounded out there. And one's going to come off. It looks like Shea. No, not Shea. Lewis, in fact. A bit sore, the youngster. And it's quite the firm deck. Quite taxing on the legs, this Macpherson Park. Phillips kicked the last goal of the game. Yep, that's right. Drilled it to the outside towards half-back. Foot race on here. Carey kept his feet. Here come the reinforcements through Bromley Lynch. Umpires picked out a free kick. Kicking in danger. It's going to go the way of Thornycroft, who moves the ball forward. Ferrugia knocked away there from Batty. Ground level Shea. Gathered cleanly and just ran away of his own free will to Purchase. And his kick was cut off there by Cotter. He wants to go lateral, but he needs some numbers, and he'll get it through Phillips, who went back through corridor to Button, who hand passed. Quinlan got an important little touch on it. I think he's here to do the mopping up, and he fed it to Lachlan Walker. Hurried kick, pushed. As he kicked, it'll come back. Soft bit there, and Lachlan Walker will take the resultant free kick. Short kick into the middle of the ground to Button. He gets plenty on the kick in the Ferrugia direction. It's going to be a push. And Ferrugia will go back and have a shot on goal here. I reckon he might have just relaxed his body at the perfect time on the contact that came from the North Ballarat defence. Glover's a bit disappointed with that decision. So Ferrugia. Story of the afternoon for the Bloods. He's hit the post. They're 15th behind of the match. 6-15 plays 11-8. 23-point lead to North Ballarat. 26 minutes gone. Final term. So Morris to bring the ball back into attack, back into play. Penny presents, but he'll go the longer option. Oh no, just change his mind at the last minute and hit Penny up. And why wouldn't you? He was unmarked. Easy little sidestep from Penny over the head of Lockett. Ground ball, good gather from Lachlan Walker. Oh, quick. He got the Gadding ball and it fell into the hands of Stewart. He went by hand to Borg, who chisels the ball to half forward. Found Jack Walker, he got it to Hickey. He's kept trying to deep into the pocket. The mark's been taken there by Kite. So Braden Kite will waste no time. He'll go round the body and he'll make it look easier than what it is. And Kite gets his third of the afternoon. Melton get their seventh. And the margin back to 17 points. 11-8 Melton. 11-8 North Ballarat lead Melton 7-15. 22 scoring shots to 19. Well, 22 scores really to 19 scores, given 3 or 4 of the Melton behinds were rushed. 3 goals, that's about it. 3 to 4 goals has been the difference. Goal a quarter, that'll sum this game up. 27.5 minutes gone. Can the Bloods get another one? Jack Walker got a terrible bounce. Collins tried to knock it to the advantage of Quick and kept it in front of himself. Button off half back. Gathered cleanly, fed it by hand. Hickey's been good. Fed it to the outside. Jack Walker made that look easier than what it was to Phillips. Right foot kick to half forward. Chance here for York. And they'll work it out through to Lockett. He's had a good afternoon. Right foot kick beyond outer side centre wing. And the siren sounds to end play here at Macpherson Park in this round 15 BFNL match of the round in the East. That final quarter, Melton booted 3 goals, 6 to end with 7-15-57 to North Ballarat's 2 goals, 1, 11 goals, 8, 74. Well, they defended their way right throughout the afternoon, North Ballarat. And they were the better team on the day and will deservedly pocket the premiership points. Let's just take a look at the goal scorers for North Ballarat. Arts with 2, Quick with 2, Lockett with 2, and 1 each to Glover, Quinlan, McGuigan, Lamb and Penny. 8 goal scorers for North Ballarat today. Whilst the Bloods, Braden Kite booted 3 and 1 each to Sullivan, Geordie Kite, Kyle Borg and Lachlan Phillips. Deserved win by North Ballarat, who trailed by 3 points at quarter time. They led by 16 at the half. 28 at 3/4 time, and the final margin was 17 in the end. While 17 sort of sounds close, it was never in doubt for some way. Guys, we've got time to take a look at some scores from around the grounds before we bid you all a good afternoon. All right, our final update of scores from around the grounds. Lake Windaree, 7-4-46. Darley, 24-13, 157. So Windaree got above their 44 average. They'll be happy with that, and the Devils happy to get a percentage booster. East Point, 66. Ballarat, 56. 10-point advantage to East Point. Redan, 57. Bacchus-Marsh, 89. So a 32-point lead to the Cobras. And Sunbury are home against Sebastopol. Sebastopol 79, trail Sunbury 99. So a couple of upsets up the highway. Ballarat and Sebastopol going down. That's, in fact, if they are the final scores out of the area. But here, deserved win for North Ballarat, 11-8-74. They've down the blood, 7-15-57. Again, promised so much, was really decided in the end by the defensive accountability of North Ballarat and their ability to outnumber and restrict the Bloods to just 7 goals for the afternoon. 15 points. Well, that's a bit of a bit misleading, given half a dozen of those were rushed. Honours with North Ballarat here at Macpherson Park, 11-8-74. They're down. Melton 7-15-57. Next week we're live from Darley Park for the old rivalry. Devils hosting the Bloods. We look forward to your company again then. So on behalf of the crew, myself, Tom Whelan and Dan behind the vision, we bid you all a good afternoon. North Ballarat have got it done by 17 points.